Dear, dear Madeline, so as you know, I did not upload on my upload day this week, and I have a very good reason for that. I have been so stressed, and I've had so much homework, and you know this because I talk on the phone with you, and you said I should take a break. And you're right, I probably should, but I haven't really had the time to. But I haven't really had. Okay. Whew. But with all this homework and all this stress, it got me thinking. There are some things that I do to manage my stress and to help myself stay organized and on top of my homework. And I think that while I do constantly do homework, I do a very good job of staying on top of what I'm doing and staying focused and working hard. And I'm not the best at the other things, but I'm still going to mention them. So today I want to talk to you about some tips for being organized in your homework, for staying on top of your homework, and for just dealing with homework and all of this. This is specifically, this applies to the high school level, but this is really specifically at the college level, because the college level is just such high stress levels. So I've got my handy dandy little notebook. It's my to-do list. I've got a lot of to-do lists, a lot of things to do. And so I'm just going to kind of read from my list that I made. Okay. So my first thing that I wanted to talk about was using, I don't have this, so we're going to take a play. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to talk to you about was about using a planner. Now, I think a planner is super helpful. I got this one from Barnes & Noble. It's 2017. It's got every day of the week all formed out. You get your months down here at the bottom. So if you're a super big month one, this isn't great for you. But you even have these little tags that you can rip off when your week ends, so you know exactly where you are. And I just keep all of my, this was originally just my school one, and I had one for social calendars, but then they were overlapping, and I wasn't staying on top of them. So I don't know what I'm going to do with the social calendar one, because it's super cute, and it's got little kitties on it, but I'm just putting everything in this one, because it's nice and big, it's got plenty of room, and it's just super cute. Get a fun one, get a fun planner, because having a fun planner is just, it makes everything more fun. So, okay. So the second thing I want to talk about was writing everything on a whiteboard. I know that you do this a lot and you use a calendar, so you made me this one, and I might have mentioned this earlier, using this in another way, but this one I worked out my class schedule, when I'm going to go to the gym, and when I'm going to do homework at the school. I have homework at the school planned out in this one too. And there's other ones in here, you can't quite see it. This is the only homework that I have in here, but I have other times I know I do in here. I use that, and Saturday and Sunday is for homework and for socializing. I do things like that. And now that I've kind of got all this memorized, I might switch this up and start using this for a day-to-day kind of thing. It's just really helpful to stay on top of things. I also use this picture frame right here. This is specifically over the weekend. I write down everything that I need to do, put it all on here. I haven't erased something actually. I've finished this, so I can erase that. And I finished this. And this isn't just stuff I need to do over the weekend. Usually on Sunday, which is today, the stuff that isn't due, I'll write the due dates by it. So I need to finish this reading by tomorrow at a certain time, which isn't going to be that hard. I'm halfway through it, so it shouldn't be too bad, and it's not a long chapter. These are tests that I have this week that I need to study for. This homework that needs to be done sometime this week. This isn't due till Saturday. This is due Wednesday. And this is stuff that I wanted to get started on or finish over the weekend. I wasn't quite able to finish these just because I'm waiting on some references, but it just helps you stay on top of everything. So again, on top of this, it's very important to just separate things according to the day. So if you know, I have these huge SUA projects, System Understanding Aid projects for my accounting class. So I separate exactly what I'm going to do each day in my System Understanding Aid, so I don't kill myself with it, but so that I don't drive myself nuts with it, but it gives me that kind of time, and then I go, okay, accounting's due this day and this day, so I'm going to do them this day and this day. Stats is here, other accounting is here, general business falls here, my business law, that kind of stuff, where everything falls. And I plan accordingly to that. And then I also fit social events into that stuff. Sadly, socializing always comes last for me, but it does come in. Another thing is to do things in intervals. So when you start studying, like, study a little bit for econ. So, like, make your flashcards and then stop and go and do some general business reading, then make a cup of tea, and then come back and do some accounting, and then go back to econ, and then do some applications, and just, like, separate things up. Take some time, read a little bit, watch a little Netflix, watch a couple YouTube videos. And that brings, you need to make sure, and that brings me to my big thing, which is schedule time for everything. And I do mean everything, which is, as you know, I'm not good about, but you really need to schedule time for everything. Schedule time for friends, to talk to family. You and I have a scheduled phone call that we got really confused on because I thought we were calling it your time and you thought we were calling it my time, so that kind of got a little messy, but we kind of mixed that all up. But schedule time to talk to your parents and to talk to your friends, to do your homework, to rest, to goof off and waste time. I always waste the first 2 hours that I'm up in the morning. I get up at 6:45, I waste 7 to 8 and 8 to 9. I always waste that time. Not always, I have accounting at 9. But most of the time I waste that time because I'm not that productive at 7 in the morning, but I like being up and I like using that time to spend time with myself. And then the final thing that I wanted to mention is it's very important to reward yourself. I occasionally do this, especially when I'm studying for finals. I buy like bags of gummy bears, and I put gummy bears on things that I need to study, and once I've studied it, I can eat my gummy bear. And I love gummy bears. I do that with Reese's gummy bear Skittles, like any those little strawberry candies, love those. Or like Smarties, not like the feathery Smarties, but like the chocolate Smarties. You might not know what I'm talking about, actually, but that kind of stuff, just reward yourself with that way, but also reward yourself with breaks and with time. I've focused very heavily on time. Time is the biggest thing in studying. And the number one thing is just not to procrastinate, and don't burn yourself out, because if you burn yourself out, you're never going to get anything done. And if you procrastinate, you're also never going to get anything done. And procrastinating usually leads to burning out, and those two things together just make everything worse. So just really give yourself the time you need to do everything. So hopefully this was helpful. Maybe it was more helpful for me. It might have been. I kind of needed to take some time and just really think over all this, but I hope you liked it, and I guess I will talk to you later. Sincerely, your very, very, very stressed friend. Au revoir.